Well guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. This night has not been going to plan. So, we actually started going out fishing about 2.5 hours ago. We went to go and fish a spot in Ventnor. We got down there, it was okay conditions, but then a swell started rolling in. We were having trouble with it, just pushing our lines in, and we just decided that it was not the night to fish that venue. I was also having a bit of a technical issue, so we've come from Ventnor. I've had to run back home, sort out my technical issue, get what gear I needed to get back out, and we went to our B venue, and that was packed with people fishing, so we couldn't go there either. So we have ended up down the Grand in Sandown. This wasn't the plan tonight, so we're not really kitted out properly for fishing here. I've got pulley pennels mainly, and big baits, but I was looking for a ray in Ventnor where I was planning on fishing, so it doesn't matter too much because down here I would also like a ray. So difference being down here is I do have a couple of 2-hook clip downs from a match I had the other night, so I can use those. Ooh, that's a bite. Well, it definitely had a bite. Well, would you look at that? A fish while I was trying to introduce myself to you, so that ain't too bad, considering we've... Okay, stay still. But, little dogfish just to get off the mark. I will definitely take that as a win, considering the way this night has started. I think I might have something on the other one as well. What's going on? Right, I'm gonna get this in and find out what's going on that other one. I ain't bite on the other one. And there we go. Another one. I've only been here 15 minutes and I've had 2 fish in the time I've been trying to talk to you. Bit skinnier this one, but awesome colours on it. But 2 dogfish in the first 15 minutes. Well, to be fair, as nights go, that's not too bad to start like that, but hopefully we'll get plenty more fish. I'm gonna get this guy back in and get some more baits out there. Daddy's going fishing. This fish is huge. Look at the size of this fish. But that is why you go fishing. Hey guys, and welcome to Dan-gler Sea Fishing. Tonight we're out at Ventnor, so let's catch some fish. So I am using my pulley rigs tonight. They're medium length, so they're probably about 2 meters in total. And I've got them on lead lifts because although there's a bit of sand further out, there is a bit of rocks further in. So I just want something to just help me get that out the way when it's coming in. And yeah, baits tonight, I'm going to be using sand eel. I've got some anchovy, I've got some mackerel, and then I've got some squid to sort of pair them up, and I'm going to be going for sort of a wrap, but I'll show you that a little bit later. Bait wise, I've just got a piece of launce, which I've cut in half. Then I've got a small squid, and I'm just going to wrap that all around the outside with the sand eel in the inside, with the small piece poking out the bottom, and then I'm just going to bring my J hook out of here, and then just my top octopus in the top there. There we are, so that's that all whipped up, and I'm just going to pop that on a 2.0 pulley pennel with Sakuma mantas. You up?
my line blown over yours there, buddy?
Yeah.
Felt mine snap it.
You felt it snap?
No, as in it pulled it out of my hand. I think we're all right now.
I
think your rod or mine when you cast.
Yeah. Have I gone? What have I done? Have I gone over yours? Yeah, I have. Right. Hold on. I need to, if you so I can pass mine over. There we go. Actually, I'll come behind you.
Right, I cast mine out over there, that way.
Yeah,
over here.
Mine's way over there as well. Reminds me of that little cove we found in Portland.
Yes, yeah, very similar.
Same size waves too. As long as it hasn't got the same size seals, we're all right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to recast mine, I think. Yeah, I can't fish like that. I'm just so into these waves. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to cast to the right a bit. Right, I think I'm gonna just fish with one rod. It seems to be that we're having a bit of trouble with the tide, so because it keeps dragging us around a little bit, we're just gonna keep to one rod each, just because it's quite a narrow section that we've got to be able to land, so sort of seems to be the best option. So normally I get these baits changed, but because I haven't got anything sorted out yet, I'm gonna cast them ones back out, sort out the next one, and then get them swapped over in a minute. Well, it sounded like it snapped, but that's attached.
Yeah. Unless... Oh yeah.
Definitely attached.
That's pretty weird, isn't it?
I don't know what happened there.
I was round then, so I heard it. I thought...
I was sure I'd snapped it. So as I was saying, this night's been a bit of a nightmare to start off with. So we rushed down here, started setting up all of our stuff. Because we were in a rush, I managed to drop my reel in the sand. Neal managed to get sand in his coffee cup. It's been a nightmare, but we have had 3 fish in the first 20 minutes now. But we are going to have to move back a little bit because the tide is pushing up pretty quick. Well, as I was trying to say before, I was rudely interrupted by some fish and then by the sea. So yeah, I did actually have a comp the other night. I didn't film it because I'm trying to sort of ease off of doing too many comp videos this year, just because they are quite difficult to film a comp and do the video at the same time. It didn't go too badly for me. I finished 4th, but it was a blimmin' hard night's fishing. And I managed to find 3 weighable pout. That was it. So being able to find a couple of dogfish like tonight would have been really useful on that night. But weighing in has put me in quite a good position so far, so I'll take that. Anyway, so over to tonight. So I am using my C6 low diameter rods with my Penn Surf Blaster 3s. I've got 40-pound braid on there, which is Whiplash Crystal, which is 0.14 diameter. And then I've got that to a 70-pound chock leader. I got one that hooked itself in a donut shape, look. Mine's actually hooked himself as a circle. Well, we have another dogfish. Could be a bit of a dog night, this one. Dogfish number 3. Neal's on dogfish number 2, and we've been fishing just over half an hour. So I think from the start that we had, I think I'll take a busy dog night at least, especially as it's February. But hopefully we can find something a little bit better. But at least these guys are going to keep us busy. Well, I've still not managed to get my baits up together, so I'm going to send it out for a third time and see if it can catch one more fish. Well, I have got to admit, because there is quite a surf down here, every one of those dogfish doesn't feel like a dogfish. They do sort of, their body weight makes quite a drag in those waves. It's either that or I'm a little bit out of touch. So I finally managed to get some bait whipped up. So what I've got is I've got an anchovy which I have split in half, and then I've wrapped a small squid body around the outside, just whipped it up all nice and tight, and I'm going to pop that on my 2.0 pulley pennel. Another bite on the green one. We are really having one of those nights. So Neal's just got tangled up in so much weed that he's just lost about 50 meters worth of braid in this huge big tangle of weed that he's just brought in. And yeah, to point out, he has brought it in, it's not in the sea. But unfortunately for me, I've just lost my leader. Mainly because when I cast out earlier, it sounded like I'd snapped the line. But then I brought in the line and it was all fine and nothing was there. And then I've cast out and the leader has basically just fallen off. Serves me right for not checking it. But the fact that it pulled all the way in fine, no issues, I couldn't see any issues on the line. I don't know, I can't work it out. But I am having one of them nights, and Neal was having one of those nights. But at least we've caught a few fish already. At least we're catching fish. Yeah. Dogfish number 4. At least we're catching fish. And that was the third one on that same bit of bait. But I'm going to get that changed now. I haven't got any baits in the water at the moment. But I'm having a moment. Having my bit of chocolate. Finding that bit of emphasis again. And we'll get our baits out there. We'll carry on fishing. I know you're not going home, but it's still funny. You what? I think you're tangled with mine. I can't work out what's going on tonight, because I put on the mono, then Neal's had a mare and managed to get all of his lines and my mono line caught in his. Then his braid has then cut through the mono, so I've lost that in the big tangle of his rods. So I've then just spent 10 minutes tying a leader onto my braid, and then I've cut the wrong piece of, instead of cutting the tag end off, I've just cut my bloody main line. God, I don't know what's going on, it's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm gonna have to move off this beach before I get drowned. Fucking hell, there's a big wave. And I've caught another dogfish. Well, I have finally managed to get 2 rods back in the water. I do have some bad news though. Me and Neal have decided to go our separate ways. He's all the way down the other end of the beach at the moment. Reason being is we were just having a nightmare. The waves are really pushing in and we were just getting pushed all over the place into each other. So we've then gone to either end where the groins are, and we're both casting over one groin. So we've only got 2 in the middle bay, and then we've got 1 each in the far bays. Well, managed to get a double shot of doggies on the other rod. There's definitely a lot of dogfish down here, but it doesn't appear like there's much else. But I'll keep persisting, we never know. Anyway, I'm gonna get these guys back and chuck another one out. Yeah, another one. Well, there is a silly amount of dogfish down here tonight. Thing is, I keep putting the baits out there, just hoping, you know, there might be that bass or that ray. But I have a feeling it might just be dogfish tonight. But after all the problems that both me and Neal have had, at least we're catching some fish. Well, I'm gonna pack it up there. I've still got 2 out, and unless I pull in anything other than a dogfish, I will bring you back for them. But yeah, what an evening. It's been really, really hard work. But we have found a few fish. Yeah, it's just one of them sessions where absolutely nothing wanted to go right. But what's weird is normally that happens to just one person, but the fact it was happening to both me and Neal. But I think it was to do with the move and then trying to rush and get all set up and everything like that. But we did manage to find a few fish, so it's not too bad. It is February. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I don't know why you'd want to, but if you do want to like and subscribe, please do. And until the next video, I'll see you then.
It's all packed up, the lines are in, the tide has turned, the day's grown thin. So hit that sub, you won't wanna miss, 'cause Dan-gler will be back again to catch more fish.
Fish again, fish again.